Hey, before we get this video started, do you like cute cartoon animals? Do you like cute cartoon animals on clothing? Well, you're in luck. Did you know that me, RJ, yes, I design stuff. I design stuff and put it on Zazzle because I don't have the time or the shipping money to send stuff via Etsy. So I put it on Zazzle. And I just put up a sloth. It's super cute. It's actually the first piece of something I've made where I actually went, oh, hey, I'd actually buy that thing. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description below. Go and check it out or buy stuff. You don't have to, but yeah, what was I saying? Hello, cartoon fanatics. RJ here, and welcome back to another Cartoon Corner. Wow, my voice cracked there for a moment. Welcome back to another Cartoon Corner on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. They got another fun slice of life episode here with Buckball. Yeah, that sport thing that got brought up, was it season 8 or season 7? Anyway, they've brought up Buckball before. I guess it's expanded so much that now they've got like a whole Buckball stadium, and Pinky and Fluttershy and Snails have this whole Ponyville-based team, and they're like the best ones. So in the midst of all of this, and Rainbow Dash is their coach, and they're off doing some kind of Buckball thing, whatever, we come across Patton Oswalt Horse again. I know he has a name. I'm just going to call him Patton Oswalt Horse, because honestly, that's all I think about. It gets really hard not to think about Ratatouille sometimes and listening to this voice. But yes, Patton Oswalt Horse is back, attempting to be a sports pony. We find out the reason why he's trying to act all sportsish is because he's got a lovely lady horse in his life. And that lady horse also has a filly child. So he's trying to impress the child while being in a relationship with this lady horse. And well, I mean, it's great because they're going into a little bit more details, which I know that they've kind of touched on separated families in the past, and considering the target audience is a younger demographic of children, it's great to see episodes where the team actually tries to address real-life situations that these kids' families might be in, such as the episode in Season 8 where the hippogriff, what do they call the sea ponies? Do they just call them sea ponies? Anyway, you know which one I'm talking about. The one where one parent was in hippogriff land and the other one was in the ocean, and they had to figure out that they didn't have to pick between the two of them. They could decide to be both, and that was okay, and to be a nice, loving family. This is kind of similar along those lines. We never see the dad of this particular horse child, but we see Patton Oswalt's character doing his best to kind of relate and get this kid to like him. And this kid really likes sports, so he thinks, well, if I show that I'm a huge sports pony person thing, then maybe she'll like me more. And can I say, I've seen this in real life, so the second I realized this was the setup they were going with, I cringed a little inside. Maybe that's because I've seen it in the real world, and I'm just like, oh no, I know people like this. I know people acting the way Patton Oswalt Horse does. Oh no, don't do that. No. So yeah, divorce and step families are a very big thing in society. So it's great that they're making it common ground on a very popular show like My Little Pony. But at the same time, there were certain elements of this where it just got too real, man. Like, why'd you have to pull it in that deep? So the majority of this episode is basically Patton Oswalt Horse and Rainbow Dash working to try and make him more of a sports-oriented pony. And let me just say, compared to the last time that we saw these two characters interact, it was kind of a joy to see them come back together, because before they had all these big fights over Daring Do and the consistencies and kind of their nerdgasms over that. So it was really cool to see these two working together, and the fact that Quibble, that's his name, Quibble, he just instantly went to Rainbow Dash like, I know you're sporty, you're a Wonderbolt for Pete's sake, just please help me out with this. And how willing Rainbow Dash was, because Rainbow Dash's philosophy is that any pony can be a sports pony. It's just a matter of finding what kind of niche suits you in the sports world. And that's almost an interesting thought with that, because I mean, not everyone is going to be crazy into the same things as everyone else, but it's more about finding common ground in your interests. For example, it's a lot easier just to find people with similar interests you do. I mean, that's why I make these reviews, because no one I talk to in real life talks about cartoons except for the children I teach. Maybe that says something about my life choices. But the point of that is it's easier to find things that already really like the same stuff you do, but it takes an effort to kind of make friendships that go a little bit outside of that, especially when it's one of a step parent and a child, because you've already got the child on kind of a standoffish position depending on how old or young they are. We see the child in this episode, she's very much not for this new dad because she feels like that it's replacing her real dad. And that's a legitimate concern that a lot of children get when they have step parents come into the mix. So it's nice to see that all of that stuff is being addressed and to go, hey, look, Quibble, he's not a sports pony at all. Rainbow Dash tried her hardest, but at the end of the day, he doesn't know the moves very well. He didn't understand the plays at first. But he did manage to find a way to get into the game by having the child go through how the game works with him. So she became the teacher for Quibble in this world that she loved, and that way he was able to find some part of it that he could get really into, which for him was this book on statistics in order for him to really get into the game, and that's how they were able to bond. And it was really nice to see that because once again, it goes to show, and I always think back of the earlier seasons because the earlier seasons of the show were really good about kind of hammering these friendship messages home. And I mean, they're not wrapped up in a nice, neat little box with letters to Princess Celestia like they used to be. But the core of this show was really about showing different kinds of friendships that children could make in life. And how you don't have to have similar interests to be friends. You are going to fight and you can still be friends. You can have multiple friends. You can have friends you barely speak to. You can have friends that you talk to almost every single day. It's nice to see that over the course of the 9 seasons that we really covered a lot of bases on exactly what kinds of friendships you can have and being able to demonstrate those healthy friendships in a show that has drawn a whole lot of people. Hopefully we'll be able to apply that stuff into real life to go, hey, I can interact with sports people. I just have to find my own way to do it. Or sports people can interact with me. We just have to find that common ground in those teachable moments in order to bring everyone closer together. Whew, yeah, wow, I went off a lot longer than I thought I would about this. I'm going to get off my relationship podium now. So if you like this, make sure to go ahead and put a hooves up and press that like button. I'm not going to get over saying hooves for these videos. I'm not going to get over it. I'm just not. I want to say thumbs instinctively. It's an instinct. But hey, go ahead and comment below on what you thought this episode did in terms of its message. Should it kind of hit the message in a good way, a bad way, or just kind of an in-between where it seemed like they were trying, but they could have done a little bit more with it? For me, I'm glad that they brought it up, but I'm not sure if the execution was as well done as it could have been. I think we might have spent a little bit too much time with Rainbow Dash and Quibble trying to boost him up into being the big-time sports pony instead of delving a little bit more into his relationship with this stepful child. I'm not going to get used to saying full either. But hey, let me below what you thought of it. Let me know below what you thought of it. I don't know what's going on with my words now, so I'm just going to stop talking and see you guys next time.